So now that you've learned a little bit about what servant leadership is, you ask the question, how do I implement it with my company? How do I implement it with my customers? How do I create a culture, an environment that's going to strive in an environment of servant leadership? Well, let me just tell you that the best way to start implementing your servant leadership in your business or your organization is by taking an assessment of what is your current culture like today. And how you can do that is ask yourself, is your team, okay, or are you focused on the needs of others, or are you more focused on individual goals and set marks for them to make, right? Where is your focus? Are you focused on the team as a group, or individual goals that they have to meet within the organization? That's a good first way to understand if that's where your mindset wants to be from a servant leadership style. That is what you need to assess. And if it's the former, right? If you're focusing on others, then you're well on your way to servant leadership. If, however, you're not, okay, you're going to need to start making a few changes. And what does that mean? Well, first, you need to really define what success looks like for your organization, okay? Instead of focusing on individual goals, think of it as team goals instead. Now, this could take some time, right? Because your whole way of working with people on your team or whatever may be like all focused as individual people have responsibilities, and so individual people have to do certain things. When in general, it's like, what can they do as a team together to get further apart? Okay. Now, when you do this, this will shift the focus from a competition environment to a collaboration, one of collaboration and trust. And that's really what you want to build when you're dealing with servant leadership. Also, you need to define the role of the leader, okay? Because when there's leaders, that could be you, right? You could be the leader. You need to assess yourself as, are you a good steward of your team, right? Are you creating an environment that everybody can succeed? Or is there still some competitiveness that you have between the people? And then finally, you need to implement systems that are going to process that and support your servant leadership. And this could include things like, regular check-ins with team members. You're going to have to certainly change up maybe some of your processes, or, maybe even set up some mentoring programs for people to help each other. Okay. So there's a few tips that's going to actually help you be more of a successful servant leader. Okay. The first thing is that you need to be more humble and need to put the needs of others before yourself. And a lot of times that's hard, right? Because you have set goals and expectations. You may have a financial goal, and you may be a driver. You may be one of those people who are like, let's go, 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 go all the time. And if you change it up and have a little bit softer approach, and softer doesn't mean wimpier. It doesn't mean less than. It doesn't mean that you're less of a leader. It just means that you have more of a heart to serve others. And then the second thing I would tell you to do is listen very carefully and actively, and be responsive to the needs of your team. You want to be able to be very open, receive feedback, good and bad, and create that environment on your team, in your organization, or whatever you can do, so that it allows people to come to you, sit down at your desk, pick up the phone and call you, whatever it needs to do, that they feel more comfortable that you are actually there to listen to them. And be patient and understanding, because when you do the shift, it takes time, right? It takes time to kind of change this culture. So you need to be a little bit patient and realize that people have always been focused on individual goals, and now they're being focused on team goals. And then finally, remember that servant leadership, it's not about being in control. It's literally about empowering others to achieve their goals. And when you understand this, when you understand how you can join everybody together for the benefit of others, for the benefit of something bigger that you want to create, you are going to have so many fired up people that are working with you that they're going to constantly want to do more for you because they feel like you're finally someone that they can trust and there's finally somebody that's listening to them. So, I hope this provided a lot of value for you, and follow and share for more.